Hello and welcome back to the Taylor Seminars, where we talk about how Taylor Swift turns life into poetry. And today I am here. Oh, my name is Hannah, and I'm here today with Exquisite, my co host. Hello.
Hello, Hannah. Happy Swifty Independence.
Happy Swifty Independence. It has been an incredible 48 hours since we have Taylor announced very happily, suddenly, unexpectedly into our lives through an Instagram post, through, well, social media posts in general, and a lovely letter on her website. And we've been grinning ever since, right? Smiling like we won a contest.
It's been literally smiling like we won a contest. I can't stop thinking about all Taylor's different joyous, victorious lyrics. I don't want to dance if it's not dancing with you. Like I'm spinning like a girl in my brand new dress. I've just been so happy.
Yeah.
I've just been so happy.
Ask me why. Ask me what I've learned from all those years. Ask me what I've earned from all those tears. Ask me why so many fade. But I'm still here, and I'm like, talk your shit, Taylor.
I love when she talks her shit so much.
And the
Oh,
the joy and elation in her face in those Instagram photos, and also in the letter itself, she literally says she's randomly bursting into tears, and I get it.
she's just like me.
Yeah, she has a cry log like you.
Yeah. It's just been crazy because, okay, first of all, if those of you who follow us on Twitter probably saw me in Hannah's emergency space. Um, because what was there to say? Like when it happened, it was the middle of the day
It was, yeah, it's quite
and
early for me on the West Coast. I think it was like 8 a.m. But yeah, 11 a.m. Eastern.
hmm
Yeah,
and she just announced that she was free and that she bought all her old albums back. And literally, I think there's a glitch. Like, I stopped what I was doing because I knew what it meant when I saw those pictures, but my mind was not comprehending what it meant.
I'm
I
nodding.
wake up every day and still can't comprehend
No,
what
literally because it was I saw the pictures. So first I got a notification from a friend being like Taylor, 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 and I was like, so I ran immediately to the Instagram and I saw her with those albums spread out in front of her like a fan, and I was like, those are her old albums. And then I
exactly.
ran to her website and I taylorswift.com, and I could not read a single word of her
I
stupid
couldn't
tiny
read a single
handwriting.
word. I couldn't
Taylor
see it.
Swift, you have to let us zoom into that. You have to let us, anyway, so I ran to my desktop. Then I just gotten out of the shower, hair dripping, um, read the letter. Then my eyes were dripping, and and then I got a giant hit tweet because I said that the fact that she didn't finish Reputation TV, I'm laughing, and then it got like 50K likes.
Yeah, I'm still cackling because I like as much as I wanted rep TV or whatever, it got to a point. It got to a point. But also I, I just couldn't believe it. I was at the park with my boys that I watched. We were at the park and I get a notification from that same friend Hannah mentioned. It said Taylor, Taylor, all caps. I go to Twitter because I got Taylor's notification. Didn't even read it. I saw the pictures. I quoted Taylor like screaming and then went to her website. Couldn't read anything, but I knew. I couldn't read those words, but I was like, she got her master's back. That's what that means.
Yep.
And then I had to again, I was at the park and I just had to excuse myself from the children because I promptly went insane. And then there's so many things we didn't guys. Once again, I think there's been a glitch. She wrote the word this with 12 eyes. She
Yes.
has a new logo.
Yes.
There are two pages on the desktop version of this letter, and we only see page one, and you can't get anywhere else on her site. And all I could think was, oh my goodness, I can go back and listen to her baby voice. And I'm one of those people who loves all the Taylor's versions. I love all of them. I even love Style Taylor's version.
Same.
Uh, I love all of them. I love them for what they are and what they mean. I think every Vault track is the greatest thing ever written. Um, but going back, getting to go back and getting to have both of them, me and Hannah both made a bunch of playlists.
Mm-hmm.
And now I was able to push shuffle on her entire discography for the first
Yes.
time. And I was like, it was switching between Taylor's versions and regular versions of songs. And I was like, this is how it was meant to be. This is what it was all for. At last, we know what the agony had been for. Oh my goodness.
No, if you have not seen Exquisite crashing out to literally the entire Taylor Swift discography, you must scroll through her account. It is hilarious and beautiful. Yeah, personally for me, yeah, I went through and made some reclaimed version uh, playlists. I had a lot of fun looking at pictures. I ended up choosing because I was like, what photo do I put for the album cover? And I was like, it has to be the Eras tour. So I just picked like my favorite Eras tour photos and put those on for obviously for like Red era for like the Red album. So anyway, and I saw a TikTok that said that it's like we've glitched, or I'm going to use the word glitch, but they're like, don't you feel like we somehow stumbled upon the correct timeline? Like the timeline where
Yeah.
Taylor owns her music. And I
Yeah,
was in my, and then I was like, because it's, I was like, we glitched into the right timeline, right? Like
we did.
and I think that positivity has really infected the fandom. I was at a performance for one of my daughters, and this girl was wearing an Eras shirt, and so we were like, "Oh my gosh, Taylor Swift! Like you love Taylor!" And then the mom was like, "Did you hear about the Masters?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh." Everyone
Mhm.
knows this is a big deal. And if you haven't read, Rob Sheffield has a piece in the Rolling Stone where he talks about this is like she won. Like no one's ever won like this. Prince had tried, right? Could not do it. Paul McCartney had his recording rights stolen, and he has never been able to get them back for like 50 plus years of his career or whatever years. I think 50 plus years, right? Like, but Taylor Swift, and she has that paragraph where she thanks the fans, where she says it's because of you, and it really is because we bought into the re-recordings, because we went to the Era store. I'm just talking because Exquisite's crying, and I'm trying to help her compose herself, but everything I'm saying is making it worse. I'm so sorry.
But no, like it literally, some people, like people who immediately get snarky, and are like, so she made you guys buy all those things for no reason. It was like all worthless. And I'm like, y'all are missing the point. The point was she devalued her old masters, which is her current masters. She devalued her original albums so much that they only held value in her hands.
Correct.
She was the only one that could make them hold value. And you can immediately see that by looking at the Spotify numbers today
And
and
Apple
looking at
Music.
iTunes and Apple Music. Her reputation is number one on iTunes.
Yeah, yeah, beating out new
What?
music. There's nothing new on it. Literally.
Like there's nothing
I want to
new
say on Apple
at
Music right
all.
now. Apple Music, its Reputation I think is the number 2 album. I want to say it's crazy.
And
Um,
Debut is the number one country album on iTunes.
it's
And it's
incredible.
like nobody was touching those until Taylor got her hands back on them. And that's what gives them their worth. So she was also able to get her catalog for such a reasonable price. And also, if you went to Eras tour, you funded this.
Yeah, yeah, you literally did. If you went to the Eras tour, bought Eras tour merch, you you gave her money directly to the Taylor Swift Masters Fund. I would like to correct myself very gently. I don't know if Reputation ever went number 1 on Apple Music, but it's currently sitting at
They went
3.
on iTunes.
Yeah, on iTunes it did, but on Apple Music it's currently at 3, but I've seen it as high as 2. So I just wanted to make sure I didn't misspeak. But all of that to say, the Eras tour changed her life. She basically took the money that she made, like her portion, and then flipped it to buy her masters. And let's be clear, it's not just the music, it's also the tour footage of before, the album artwork, the music videos, unreleased songs, all these things that make the Taylor Swift cinematic universe what it is. And she everything you lose is a step you take.
Take look, it's like she gets to have it all. We are free from discord because it's like if you don't like this version of the Taylor's version, you can go listen to the
Yeah,
original.
yeah,
Nothing's stopping you. It's also crazy to listen to those originals because for me, once the Taylor's version came out, I never went back to the original.
same.
So going back, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm listening to Red and I'm like, her voice was so young.
Yeah.
And I thought she was so grown. Even with 1989, I thought she was so grown.
I
She
think
was not.
the
She
craziest
was a
thing I
baby.
did because of this was I played All Too Well original back to back with All Too Well 10-minute version, and to hear the innocence and the lost or to innocence to lost innocence of that first version from the Red album to the woman who looks back at it with such anger and with such disdain and, and so sad for herself and so angry at the man. It's wild. It's wild. As a woman in her 30s now, I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa.
It's crazy going from Innocent, the original version, to Innocent Speak Now TV as well, because you can hear where she's like, I'm gonna be condescending in this version. Like
Yeah.
she truly meant it when she was 19. And now it's like, oh, I was wide-eyed and a bit naive, even when I felt so old. It's gotta be so interesting to like for Taylor, like obviously we talk about how so much of Midnight and TTPT and the Air Tour came from the fact that she had to do all this re-recording and re-exploring. But now that she owns all of it, like you really have this like decades of work that
Mm-hmm.
are like this was my mindset at 19 and this is how I reflected on that again when I
Mm-hmm.
was 32 and that gave us even more songs. And it's like I remember, do you remember like when we first started this podcast, we distinctly were like, something will shift with TTPD and we're entering some kind of new era, something new.
Yes.
And even then I was like, she is ready to pack it up. She's done all her digging into her past. She's reset some broken bones. She's like actively did the work she had to do. And the fact that we low key like felt in the spirit that she was about to own her masters and she no longer had that like weighing on her of I still need to put this out so I can own it and reclaim it. She owns it now. And that just means when we get the full re-recorded of debut, it's just because she loves it.
Exactly.
When we get the Reputation TV Vault, it's just because she loves it,
Yeah.
not because she had no choice. And I think that's what the key difference is. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I don't have to do this as a requirement anymore. I can just have fun with that. Um,
I love that because I think for a long time, basically since what 2019, we've had this is she gonna when's she gonna release the next re-recording hovering over her, right? At first we were
mhm,
thinking she's gonna drop all six, just bang 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 bang, but then obviously she did Midnights and then she did the tour and then she did TTBD, and every time she did a new album people were like, what about the next re-recording, right? Even up to a few days ago the Rep TV clownings were like, we want the Reputation, the album. And to have a Taylor's version, version of our Taylor, the complete version of our Taylor, being free to do whatever she wants, right? There don't have to be Easter eggs in her music videos about when the next
mhm.
re-recording is, right? We don't have to. She doesn't have to have that in her mind, like, oh, like, well, where will this slot in? How can I weave this in? Like, that's gone, right? She talked about having so much more creativity now, and I think this is even more of that. Like, we're gonna see new heights, haha, of Taylor. I really didn't mean to do that. Taking her creativity to new levels. Okay, and I
I
really,
yeah. It feels she does feel unleashed, doesn't she?
yeah,
And it's also like she low key once again, she put the industry on notice. I feel like we're gonna see like I don't know. The Taylor Swift Tayzilla is coming. The fact that she beat a bunch of people up on Spotify, became the number one global. She didn't even post anything. She didn't do anything.
oh yeah,
Like she didn't post any links.
yeah. She didn't post any. I mean, there was no new music. It was just what was there already.
And now she's like low key defrosting. She had her rest. She's outside again.
She's back
We've
in New
seen
York.
her. She's back in New York. She posted. It had been so long. I again, it would not shock me if TS12 soon is very soon.
Yeah,
Uh, and I just know I'm gonna cry. I'm so excited. I'm like I feel like we're going to get what you know what's funny? Now that I think about it, that she hasn't done a proper rollout type thing since her masters was sold out from under
yeah. So
her.
Lover was her last big
Yeah,
rollout. Yeah,
every that was the last time she gave us a pre-release single. Even though Fearless, she gave us a pre-release single, but that was when she was like establishing what the re-records would do, and then she never did it again,
mm,
which is interesting. Like we had like what 5 albums, no singles. She just posted them. Like Taylor, please, can I please get a pre-release single? I'm just asking. I think it would be nice. You
yeah.
don't have to. But yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for what's next. I am so excited. I can't even put into words how excited I am.
Yeah. I I'm going to transition us with this tweet
Yep.
that Exquisite sent me this morning, which is that apparently it's been so Taylor Swift's masters were sold in June 2019, and from June 2019 to the day that they were sold is 2,190 days, which is the same number in Glitch. It's been 2,190 days of our love blackout. I will have a little caveat. This only works if it's like June 1st to May 30th, but the masters were actually sold June 30th, not June 1st. But it's close enough, okay? It's 2,000 ish days since our love blackout, and from when she truly lost her masters until when she reclaimed them. And so I would, I think that's incredible that she had to wait 2,000 days, but then she won. So I think that's beautiful.
2000 days is such a long time.
It is such a long time. Um,
Oh,
your Shayla, our Shayla. Uh,
literally our Shayla. Oh my goodness. I just can't get over it. I can't get over it.
all right.
Anyway,
So
we have talked about Glitch before, but let's talk about it in its own right.
yes. So before we talked about glitch in the context of LOML, if you want to go back, I think it's like a bonus episode actually because we like had done LOML, then we went back because we saw the connections to glitch. But we are going to talk about glitch in her own context on this album. This is track 18 on Midnight's, like the full 3 a.m. etc. Interestingly, it has multiple producers beyond Jack and Taylor. It has Soundwave. Exquisite, do you want to tell us about Soundwave?
Ah, Soundwave. He works with Kendrick.
Yes,
He works
yes.
with Kendrick Lamar.
Glitch was produced by Soundwave, Jack Antonoff, and Taylor Swift. It was also written by Jack Antonoff, Taylor Swift, Soundwave, and Sam Dew. I don't remember who Sam Dew is.
I don't either. Let me look him up.
But in
I
any
think
case,
he's also worked with he worked with Kendrick as well.
yeah, he also did I Don't Want to Live Forever and Lavender Haze, maybe. Um, so definitely, I Don't Want to Live Forever. So he's in the Tay universe. For a lot of
We're
these,
two steps closer to Kendrick collab again.
yeah, so very sexy songs. Exquisite especially loves these songs, and so
Hey Alpha.
yes, yes. Let's dive in. We were supposed to be just friends. You don't live in my part of town, but maybe I'll see you out some weekend, depending on what kind of mood and situationship I'm in and what's in my system.
That's just so
It
fun. I'm
was,
sorry, the way she sings it.
I know, the crooning, right? The
Yep.
low tones
Yep.
is fantastic. Talk about it.
Situationship on and also like okay, so she literally opens up like have we mentioned how this is like the reflection of Cruel Summer? I don't think we have, but this is like a reflection of Cruel Summer. She's giving us more of what that back and forth was, that cat and mouse game.
Yeah, and more
So
than Cruel
yeah.
Summer, lots of the songs that she has would talk about, um, I hate accidents, except when we went from friends to this, right? Paper rings.
Hmm.
Um, should have thought about the consequence of you touching my head in a darkened room, right? Like it's like, oh, just
Hmm.
like, yeah, it was just supposed to be a fling, like a, get it out of my system type of thing.
Yeah, especially coming right after High Infidelity, where she's like, "Do you want to know how he brought me back to life?" And then in this song, it's like, "Well, here's the person who brought me back to life, and here's how it happened."
Yeah,
Um, we're just like he doesn't even live where I live, but sometimes when I go out a la Bejeweled, he's there, and maybe I'll see him.
yeah, yeah. And then I love this thing, like, you don't live in my part of town. Um,
Maybe
but right, and that could literally be like we don't physically live in the same area. Like it could
hmm.
also be we're from different countries even, and also
Yep.
we don't have the same circles, right? Like
Yeah, we don't have the same circles. Maybe we don't have the same jobs. Like we don't. We there's not an overlap here.
yeah. Um, but maybe I'll see you out when we're partying, right?
Yeah.
And she apparently is going out. She's
Yeah.
depending on her mood. Oh, yeah, this reminds me of Bejeweled, right? Like
Yeah.
she like and by the way, I'm going out tonight.
Mm-hmm.
What is the line? If they ask if I have a man, I can say I don't
And
remember.
remember, yep.
That's the
Yep.
situationship she's in, and what's
Yeah,
in
so
her.
depending on that.
Yeah, and what's in her system, right? Maybe it's the
If she's
alcohol,
been
the
drinking.
liquor in my
Um,
cocktails.
One day I'll write something about Taylor and alcohol, which has been so Taylor's relationship to alcohol from reputation into TTPD is so interesting. There's so much there.
Yeah,
But yeah, in this one she's like, yeah, and what I've been drinking.
yeah.
Depending on that, that'll say how this goes.
No, literally. So yeah, it was supposed to be just a fling, a one night stand, a
Hmm.
whatever. But what happened, Exquisite?
I think there's been a glitch. 5 seconds later, I'm fastening myself to you with a stitch, and I'm not even sorry. Nights are so starry, blood moonlit. It must be counterfeit. I think there's been a glitch. Which the counterfeit mention? Oh my God, Taylor, I'm sorry.
Explain,
Oh,
explain.
it was fun. Okay. So here she literally is like we were supposed to hang out. It was supposed to be like, just sex. But then we accidentally fell in love, and now I'm like, the I'm fastening myself to you with the stitch is so interesting because she's like, I'm doing the work to connect us together. Like we're connected now. You're a part of me or whatever. Um, and she's not upset about it because she's like, I love you now. We're connected. Um, and it's so real and so quick that this happened that maybe it's fake, but that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
It's counterfeit. It's
yeah,
not real.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It
Um,
has to be fake that this happened so fast and like this.
yeah, and this is the line. The counterfeit line is what we were alluding to in LOML, right? Because something
Yep.
counterfeit is dead. So just so you know,
Hmm.
a little teaser if you want to go back to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
LOML.
If you if you want to go re-listen to
Yeah.
that.
And then I love the word stitch and the way she sings it.
I
So
know.
glitch, stitch, right? Blood moon lit.
Counterfeit. She rhymes counterfeit with lit and stitch and glitch.
It's,
What?
yeah. I mean, yeah. Stitch, counterfeit. Yeah. She just kind of like,
It's how she sings
yeah,
it.
it's beautiful. And yeah, so the stitch reminds me of like, like literally like sewing yourself to somebody else. Like
Hmm.
two have become one, right? Like making two fabrics
Yep.
into one. And then
Yep.
obviously the stitch is undone in So Long London.
Yep.
It gets,
And also literally the stitching in LOML as well.
yeah, it's,
We were just kids,
yeah,
babe.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah, but she's not sorry. The Knights are sorry, right? They're out at night. They're partying,
it's
right?
beautiful.
There's a blood moon, or maybe there's some lights in the party that are red. I don't know. Right? But like I love this because you see such a mood, right? This
Hmm.
sexy in a club, dancing.
Yeah.
Um yeah, it's
Illicit but not
yes.
because like she's not with anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even like she says situationship, which is like not a relationship. You
Right.
can leave the person. Um, so she's not with anybody, and it's sultry and it's dancing, and they're really connected.
Yep. Very very and um so yeah, so then we go to verse 2 where things have somehow progressed, right? I was
Yep.
supposed to sweat you out in search of glorious happenings of happenstance on someone else's playground. But it's been 2,190 days of our love blackout. The system's breaking down. So, so sexy. Very, very Tay
It's
Alpha
so
here.
so sexy. She literally says, I was supposed to get you out my system as in we're supposed to just have sex. Like my system was just a hookup.
Yeah.
And you broke it. You broke my system.
Yeah, I had this system where I was like, we flirt a little, we get together, and then you leave. But you're still here. We are somehow stitched together, right? We
Yep.
cannot. You should. There was a consequence of this, right? And then she was supposed to, right? She was gonna, glorious happenings of happenstance is so it's so Taylor.
It's it's so fun too. For those who don't know, happenstance is like it means coincidence. So
Yeah.
she was searching for like really fun things and coincidences.
Yeah, just like
And
meeting,
somebody else's card.
yes, meeting someone, like bumping into someone at a club or bumping at a table or a restaurant or a party, right? Like, or it's like, oh, like we're both here, like how funny, like let's, and I think you're hot, let's go, right? And then on
Hmm.
someone else's playground, it could be a little bit of reference to like high infidelity, bejeweled
Yeah.
situation, or it could just be like someone else's house party or
Yeah.
someone else, like
That's what I was
yeah,
thinking as well. She
yeah,
was like, she was just looking for fun at somebody else's club. It's not her club. She
yeah,
doesn't go there often.
yeah.
Only when she's in certain moods will she go out for that type thing.
And then people have done the math. 2,190 days of our love blackout was roughly the length of time that her and her partner were together at the time, which I bet, I'm gonna guess she was just in the studio trying to fill like a couple lines, and then she just Googled, how many days from this to this, and she's like, "This is great. This is perfect."
She's like, this works.
Yeah. That's very Taylor, right? Like find a way to make it fit in a creative way. And then of our love blackout, right? Where like when you have a blackout, that means that everything else, the lights, the power's gone off, right? Nothing else is there. And I think once their love started, they didn't have, like Paris, right? Like there's no flashing lights around them. It's just
Mhm.
them.
Ugh. Oh, that's so cool. Like also like he literally blacked out her system. If she were to be like a robot and there's like robotic sounds low key going on in there. Um she's like I'm very methodical about how I hook up with people. I'm very like I'm programmed to do certain things. But then you blacked out my system, you broke it down, and it's been broken down for this long.
Yep.
You glitched it. Wow. Anyway, the bridge, the bridge is so fun to me because she gets a brief interruption, a slight malfunction. I'd go back to wanting dudes who give nothing. I thought we had no chance, and that's romance. Let's dance. Pause, pause, glitch. So, especially with that, for me, the bridge to me feels like the moment they first met and she's like, oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. And then she's like, you know what? It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna go back to wanting other guys because there's not really a chance here. We're playing cat and mouse. So let's just dance. And then she pauses. Whoops, there's been a glitch. Oh no.
No, literally, and like you hear the sound kind of repeating and stuttering, like kind of
Hmm.
like a machine that's trying to like catch, like get an engine where you're trying to make it restart. Um, a brief, yeah, and it's like, like. When a ride breaks down at Disneyland, we have experienced some technical difficulty. Please keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle
Hmm.
until it restarts or whatever. A little malfunction. So she genuinely thought that this was just nothing important, not gonna be a great love. And then the next line's actually kind of sad. I'd go back to wanting dudes who give nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, like she's like, you know what? I'm never gonna find love. So you know what? I'm just gonna I'm going back with the mind that whatever. Like it's not, it's never gonna happen.
Which is like when you put this in the context of the album, it's really funny considering she has a song called Sweet Nothing and she's like, you give me sweet nothing. Like
Okay,
that's
can we not?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
She still did come back, but it was a sweet nothing this time.
yeah. That's true. That's true. In the context, um, I thought we had no chance, right? Um,
Yep.
and yeah, I think both in the fact that, right, you're just a dude, right? There's no chance it's gonna be anything. But also, like maybe she's like, oh, this is a good dude, but we're not gonna have a chance because I don't, good dudes and I don't mix. And
Hmm.
then she's like, and that's romance. It's romantic to leave me stranded, right? Like to be left
Yep.
behind with me crying mascara in the bathroom. So let's dance. Let's do this. And then the dance glitched and they ended up dancing with their hands tied.
Oh,
Ha, I got you back.
Hannah, that was so good. That was so good.
Thank you, thank you,
Everyone
thank
give
you.
her an applause.
Thank you, thank you,
That
thank
was
you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, and I
good.
love the transition back into glitch, right? It is so sexy.
But I'm sorry, it's so sexy. You have to be grown to understand glitch, and that's why a lot of people don't.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will say, like, I think it's funny because there was a, during COVID, I guess, where she was doing the wildest dreams trend, like that slow zoom trend. And then there was a glitch in her TikTok that she posted where, like, it kind of like, TikTok was having like some like obviously coding issues, and like it like kind of showed an early image, and then it cut kind of pixelated back into her, and people kept,
Hmm.
making, not in like a loving way, like making fun of the glitch, and I wonder if that kind of stuck in her brain too, and then she,
And she's
and obviously
like,
it's not the
"Ooh,
same.
glitch."
Yeah, but that can happen where suddenly a word that you've heard a million times just sticks in your head, or we know she gets cool phrases and writes them in her little notebook
Yeah,
and then brings them back whenever she needs some
yeah.
inspiration. So
Have you seen Wreck-It Ralph?
I have seen Wreck It Ralph with
Okay, so you know
Penelope.
how, yeah, Vanellope's a glitch, and they call her that, and she like glitches through walls,
Yes.
and so I'm like, what you said, like she glitched while dancing with him, and now they're holding hands.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Like, whoops, we became one person.
Yeah. 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 And it's such a fun. I love songs like these, not just Taylor, but like where it's a song that couldn't exist 50 or 100 years ago because there a glitch like this wouldn't. It's not a word they would have used, right? It's literally
Hmm.
a word of its time, and then 100, 200 years. I don't know if the word's going to change again or whatever, but when you get songs that are of their time period because of vernacular like this, it's fun to see how songwriters play. That's why there'll always be new songs because there'll always be new words and new ideas with those words. So yeah,
Exactly, exactly. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm
yeah.
so excited.
So yeah, this
Um,
this is a
yeah.
pretty short episode, but like we said, if you want more glitch, we have the LOML episode from before. And don't worry, guys, we are 99.13% sure that there is something coming over the summer. So as we finish up Midnights, as we see what's upcoming, there will be plenty to
Yeah.
talk about musically for Taylor.
Yeah, we may not have to go to We may not, I say have to go to Evermore. I'm excited to go to Evermore. Let's put that out there. Let's make that clear.
Yeah,
But Taylor may, she might just be mean to Evermore and make us push her back. I
she
think she's
would.
gonna
She
she
is. She's cackling
doesn't
right
want us to
now.
just more.
Um,
Like, oh, they're so close to touching the child I dislike.
Oh my God. There was a tweet that was like, you know how like Taylor bought back all her masters and now she's gonna sell Evermore.
So mean
Oh,
to my
so
baby. It's
funny.
okay. Me and Aaron, it's okay. We got Evermore. She can get behind me.
Um, all right, what emoji should we do for this one? I mean, it could
Low
be.
key.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say any flag. Sacrament Independence Day.
Oh, for Independence Day? Sure,
Yeah.
yeah. Do a flag for Swifty Independence Day. And flags are made using stitches, so it works. It works for both. I just pulled that out. Whatever. Any
That
kind of
was great.
flag.
That was
Thank
great.
you, thank you. It could be your country's flag. It could be the flag that you want to move to. It could be a white flag because we're surrendering to Taylor and her
Yeah.
machinations,
Yeah.
machinations. So all of that to say, guys, we are so thankful for you guys. We are so ready to enter this new era, whenever it is, with y'all. And yeah, we will talk to you
Yeah.
guys soon.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.